Hi, my name is Andrea, and I'm going to talk to you about art programs, how they're vital for education. And when I say art programs, I mean fine arts, music, dance, etc. I'll support my claim that art programs are vital by arguing that one, the arts benefit student academic achievement, and that two, it benefits social and emotional development. So starting with the first supporting claim that the arts benefit student academic achievement in writing, reading, and math. According to the U.S. Department of Education, the NCLB, or No Child Left Behind Act, that most of you probably heard of, it was developed in 2001, and it strives to close the achievement gap with accountability, flexibility, and choice, so that no child is left behind. This aid program is aimed towards disadvantaged students to increase their academic achievement in education. Teachers are required to assess all students in their basic skills, which, according to No Child Left Behind, are reading, writing, and math. These three are core subjects because they're believed to encourage economic success. But according to the occupational employment projections, employment in arts-related jobs are expected to rise 16% through 2016, which is faster than the national average in most fields. Nationally, the nonprofit arts and culture industry generated 5.7 million jobs every year and $166.2 billion in the economy. Because of the No Child Left Behind, along with the budget cuts, some schools have completely cut subject areas that are not encouraged by No Child Left Behind Act. For example, even here at Cal Poly Pomona, the fine arts program has been decided to be eliminated. So as of now, they're not accepting any more freshmen into the fine arts program. So they're just kind of filtering people out until they graduate. So a survey conducted by the Center on Education Policy found that 71% of the nation's schools reduce instruction time for subjects such as history, the arts, and music to focus on reading and math. I'm not saying that reading and math aren't important in education, because they are. I do want to emphasize that the arts are equally important for learning and have benefits to reading and the math learning process. According to the Arts Education Partnership, school children exposed to drama, music, and dance may do a better job at mastering reading, writing, and math than those who focus solely on just the academic. 62 studies were conducted making comparisons of academic achievement, performance on standardized tests, improvements in social skill, and student motivation. It was concluded that arts are a valuable asset for teaching students in all grade levels. In a separate study done by the Guggenheim Museum, hundreds of New York City students were interviewed to assess their performance levels of those exposed to art programs and those who were not. The study found that students in the program performed better in 6 categories of literacy and critical thinking skills, including thorough description, hypothesizing, and reasoning, than did students who were not in the program. Now I'm going to discuss further the second claim that art programs help students develop strong social and emotional skills. From the time students are first introduced to art, to learning in art in high school, the arts help all kinds of social skills. According to Extension, a research-based learning network, creative art helps social development because when children work together in the art area, they learn to share, interact with others, and to be responsible for any cleanup that they make and to put materials away. These are positive and important changes for social learning. And even in the college level, these skills are necessary. In art classes, even here at Cal Poly, we're expected to have critiques about everyone's work and be able to verbalize our thoughts. We must be able to stand in front of everyone and fully explain our concepts for our work and be able to take any form of criticism that can better our work. Art programs also help with emotional development. According to Jay Bullard from the Pearson Allen Bacon Practice Hall, as children participate in art activities, they gain self-confidence, feel pride in their work, and experience success. Students are able to express themselves through art in ways that they may not be able to verbally. It allows for students to gain self-confidence and feel pride in their work. This boost in confidence may transfer into other aspects of their life. If you're confident in your work, you may become more confident in speaking to others and be able to discuss your thoughts. So based on the evidence that I've given you, hopefully you agree that the emotional, social, and academic benefits of art make art programs a vital component to education.
All right, Andrea, the claim is very clearly labeled at the beginning of the speech. It sounds fine. The secondary points are also labeled. I think I've run into this issue every time people want to talk about this. It's not like somebody says that the arts aren't valuable. The dispute is whether or not we're making a mistake in cutting arts in trying to advance the other things that students are studying. And I thought you had some good information on that particular point. On the first point, there's an explanation about how all the other arts, or how all the arts assist in developing those other skills. The explanations on that make sense. It would be helpful to have some data to go along with it. It seemed to me like you spent a lot of time on the first point talking about No Child Left Behind, as if it is responsible for the problems that are existing, but it's not really clear how that is the case, especially, for instance, when you use the example of Cal Poly Pomona cutting its arts-related program, since No Child Left Behind doesn't apply to the university. It's a little weird that you see the connection. I think the argument here is that there is an emphasis on particular learning skills, reading, writing, and mathematics, and that those things are sometimes emphasized at the expense of the other arts. You had a good quote on that. And then I think the argument that says that that is a mistake, that those other things actually enhance people's learning of those first three skills, that's where I think you need to develop that proof a little bit more. And if you want to connect it to No Child Left Behind, if because the emphasis has been in the last 15 years to focus on reading, writing, arithmetic as ways of measuring student performance, well, have those measurements gone up or down in the last 15 years as they've spent more time and energy on those things than they did on the other arts that you're talking about? That seems to me like it would be a good place to find some indicative statistical information. As it is, it's a good general argument on the subject. I think it explains the concept pretty well. The transition to the second point was okay also. The idea that there are some social skills and things that are associated with this, though I don't think is proven quite as strongly. It basically comes down to, kids learn to pick up their stuff after they've worked on it. I'm not exactly sure that's unique to the arts, and that seems to me like kind of a stretch as a point on that issue. I did think that you had some nice testimony there. There were a couple of people that you cited, but you need to qualify, for example, so that we know why their opinion matters a little bit more. About the presentation, you're doing way more reading than you want to. You have almost no audience contact during the presentation. There's a lot of looking down, and one of the things that happens as a consequence of looking down, and not quite rushing at the end, but dropping off your voice, is that you kind of mumble your exit line instead of stating it very assertively, giving us the forceful conclusion. Instead, we get kind of the passive conclusion, and I think that doesn't help you much, even though you had a good summary. All right, thank you.